Pozdrav svima, dobrodošli u još jednu epizodu na kanalu Nećeš da si igraš. Moje ime je Hrvoje i danas vam donosimo još jednu specijalnu epizodu sesena koju ćemo nastaviti na engleskom jeziku, a o čemu se radi vidjet ćete u epizodi. So, I'm here with Šarlot from the New Moments games, and we're going to talk about the company, we're going to talk about the game they published for this session and a general in future for their publishing company, and we're going to talk more about the game they published for this session. So, hi Charlotte.
Hi, so glad to be here.
Thank you for agreeing to this interview. What can you tell us about your company, how it started? Is this your primary job, or is it came more like of a hobby? So tell us more about it.
Yes, so my husband Frederik and I started the company in 2020, so it's kind of a Corona birth project or some sort. We wanted to do something else regarding our work life. And this game we're bringing on here to Spiel is our second publication. It's called Gnome Kingdom. And actually, our first publication only came out in Denmark. It's a party game, and we just wanted to tread the waters slightly, see how it is to be a publisher and get some experience. And then we wanted to try and bring on this game. And actually, Gnome Kingdom, we started working on it in just after we published our first game. I think it was September 2021. So this game's been 3 years in the making. It started out as a party game as well. We wanted to do a race with dice, and we thought something about, if I recall correctly, something about fish swimming in beer, I think. But as we could see the tasks getting more and more complicated, or the game being slightly more complicated, we thought, okay, people can't play this game when they're drinking beer. So we had to scratch that part. So we rethought the whole game type, and then I came up with this universe, this story for the game, the Gnome Kingdom. So yeah, in the game we meet the 5 gnome clans who is competing in this race to become the new king or queen of the Gnome Kingdom. So yeah, we're here, first time at Spiel as an exhibitor, and it's been one hell of a ride, but it's amazing. Yeah, really happy to be here.
So as you guys heard, this is like the second game, and I'm amazed by the shifting from the general first ideas to the Gnome Kingdom. It's not something like you can happen from night to night. So it's very unique that you come up from like simple party game to push your luck game, and also like the dice game with a more complexity. I was here yesterday and I saw some of your demos and you're explaining. It's very unique for me. As you can, even if the dice aren't rolling as you want, you can still manage to do something from it and gain something from it. So it's quite a unique game for me, and I think it's very good. So
thank you. Thank you so much.
What about the future now that you came up with for your first spiel? What's the future for New Moments games?
Well, first off, we're gonna see how this game will take off. Hopefully, we would love to. Hold on, I'm just gonna say that again. So first off, we're gonna see how this game takes off. We're going to sell in retailers, hopefully in all of Europe. That's the plan. Our next idea is also a party game, because party games are quicker to develop and publish. But hopefully, we're looking at an expansion for this game. I can tell you right now, we're both looking at ideas for solo play, co-op versions, or a smaller roll and write type of game. So the ideas, we're juggling a few ideas, but I'm thinking the next strategy game for us is going to be an expansion for Gnome Kingdom. That's the plan, hopefully.
Yeah. So you heard it first. The expansion for Gnome Kingdom is going to come probably next year or 2 or 3 more years.
Yeah, I think so. 2 years maybe.
Yeah. So now we're going to do the review of the game. Okay, so Charlotte, what do we see here?
Okay, so Gnome Kingdom Race for the Crown is a dice manipulation board game where players take on the role of one of the 5 gnome clan leaders who's competing in this race through the enchanted forest, trying to collect the most valuable skills, find the hidden crown, and then become the new king or queen of the Gnome Kingdom. So In Gnome Kingdom, you build the board as you go along using the forest tiles. On each tile, you will see a task you need to solve in order to advance in the race. For instance, everyone starts out on the start tile, and the first task is one die has to be a 1, 2, or a 3. On this specific task, the color doesn't matter. And as you progress through the race and through the forest, the task will become more and more complicated, more difficult to solve. You use dice to solve the tasks, and you use dice in the dice pool that you pass around between players. So for instance, if I was playing the mushroom clan, the red player, I would roll the 2 dice in the dice pool, and I've solved the task now, actually with both of my dice. So I get to move up in the forest, place my character on one of the resource spaces and take that resource. I use the resources to manipulate the dice. So for instance, berries changes color on dice, pebbles can increase or decrease value, and acorns are rerolls. You are better at using your own type of resource. So there is a slight variable player abilities in this game. And as you move through the forest and you solve tasks, you get to save dice that you use to solve the task. This represents a skill you've learned. And these dice are used to buy skill cards, which are these 5 cards in the display. These cards are the only way to gain crown points or victory points in the game. So whoever has collected the most crown points when the hidden crown is found wins the game.
So basically it's very asymmetric, because all of the clans have different uniques based on the resources they gather, because I see the most have same abilities but on different type of resource. So the clans are going to go on a different resources based on their clan boards, because I can see the green, the Baldur clan has the mushroom that can something stack, or maybe acorn that can reroll. Oh, but it's on everything. All are on the same, right?
Yeah. So
okay.
So for instance, acorns are rerolls for every player. Okay. However, if you are playing the acorn clan leader, she can do more rerolls with 1 acorn. So the acorn is more powerful for her. She is called Gerda the Gambler. She loves to gamble, so she loves to reroll dice. For instance, for us, the leaf clan and mushroom clan, when we use 1 acorn, we get to reroll 1 die up to 3 times. However, when she spends an acorn, it's 2 dice up to 3 times each. So the acorn is more powerful for her, and at the same time, the leaf would be more powerful to use for the leaf clan. Yeah. So there's a bit asymmetrical ability use. However, there are ways to work around it and use it to your advantage.
Okay, so basically when you come up to some space, you have the options. If you fail the task, you can move to another space, but you cannot go up front looking for a crown. You just go around it and opening a new one, because I see the paths are connected to on the front, and the rest maybe down or next to it. So what does that mean if you if you don't roll the good dices?
Yes, so let's take this tile as an example. This task means 1 die has to be a 1, 2, or 3, but in my clan color. So in this case, as I'm playing red, I would have to roll a 1, 2, or 3 red die. Let's say I rolled the 2 1s here, but they're not red dice. So I didn't solve the task, and let's say I don't have any resources to try and change color or manipulate the dice to solve it. So I'm gonna fail the task. What I do instead is called search for resources. You can do that by staying on the same tile, but you can, as you point out, also say, I don't want to do this task next round, so I'm gonna move to one of the adjacent spaces. If there isn't a tile, you actually get to place one, move there, and then you would search for resources here. And searching for resources means you get to take 1 of each type of resource, so 3 in total. So you get some more resources and come back stronger next round with more options and more resources.
But taking more resources means you wasted 1 round to go next to it. You didn't go up searching for the crown.
Exactly. So that's the kickoff. So you don't get to save dice, and then you don't have more dice to buy skill cards. So yeah. So it's called failing the task. So yeah.
Basically, it's race game, but the player victorious is getting more points. When does the end game trigger, and what does the crown tile do?
Yes. So let's pretend we've played a game and one of us is moving up and flips a new tile, and one of us finds the crown tile. This is the one. Only one player can move up to the crown tile. Only one player can get the crown and get the crown bonus. What you get is you get to save an extra die from your roll, which is a very good ability, and then you get to take 2 extra resources. And this triggers the end game. So in Gnome Kingdom, you will, of course, find a start player at the beginning. You can always look at the reference map to keep track of the start player. And then as soon as the crown tile has been flipped, you play the round to an end so that everyone has taken an equal amount of turns. And then you try to, at the last turns, you try to buy as many skill cards as you can, and whoever has collected the most crown points wins.
Awesome. Just one quick question about the skill cards. Yeah. When you complete a skill card, you get the card and the new one comes up? Yes. Or is it just like these 5 in general? No. So everyone who completes the task, which one they can complete, they take the task and they get the bonus points for that, and at the end of the game, who has the most victory points is the winner. But you have to reach the crown tile.
Yes, exactly. So let's pretend I'm on this task and I have to roll 2 dice that is in a sequence with no gaps. So for instance, if I rolled a 3 and a 4, I would have completed the task. Let's say, I'm still the red player, so I'll save one of the dice, always just 1 die I get to save every task. So I'm saving the yellow 4, and then I'll move up to a new space, take the resource, and then lastly I will buy skill cards. As you can see, the last skill cards in the display cost a die that is a 4. The color doesn't matter. So I would pay the yellow 4 to the general supply, and then I would get the card. Thank you. And now I've earned 2 crown points, and a new one is flipped immediately. Another thing about the skill cards is at the top you see what you have to pay to earn the card. In the middle you see how many crown points you get for buying the card. But at the bottom of the card you see a symbol or an icon. This is a special one-time use ability. So I can use it whenever I want during my turn when I've bought the card. And when I'm using it, I flip it to show that it's been spent. I don't lose the points, I still keep the points, but now the special ability has been spent. So buying skill cards also gives you the extra ability, so it has a slight feeling of engine building the more as you go along.
So that's it about the Gnome Kingdom. It's very, very fun and unique game. Thank you, Šarlot, for this amazing interview and presentation of your game. We'll be happy maybe next year or maybe in 2 years to meet again and try the expansion for it or maybe some new game. So thank you very much for this interview. Any last words for our video YouTube channel?
Just thank you for coming here and just happy gaming everyone. Great being here.
Eto, čuli ste ljudi, ovo je bilo Gnome Kingdom i Šarlot iz New Moments Gamesa, a mi se vidimo u nekoj od narednih epizoda. Like, share, subscribe.